What's up everybody? Before we get into this video, I wanted to tell you about this amazing opportunity. I'm partnered with Blofin. Blofin is also the main exchange I use. That's why I'm partnered with them. But right now, until the 2nd of June, we're running this amazing campaign where you can deposit funds to receive 15% cash back. And now please pause the video, watch the criteria as you can see right here. But in general, like this is real cash that you can use for futures trading, funding fees, transaction fees, but also more. And outside of that, Blofin, like I said, is an amazing exchange to use for trading. You can do spot on there as well, low fees, all the coins you want to trade. So use the link down in the description to sign up to get a 15% cash back until the 2nd of June. Now let's get into the video. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum, which over the course of the Asian session this morning has done incredibly well again. And for the first time since the start of this bullish momentum and since the first time we tried to break out the 12th of May, we have broken above the yearly VWAP here. Yearly rolling VWAP, by the way. On the 4-hour time frame, 12-hour time frame, not yet. Daily time frame, especially not. But ultimately, good news, right? Good news after the breakout, which yesterday, and I tweeted about that as well. Yesterday, Ethereum already held the main support level right here, which I have to bring back a little bit like this. The main support level right here at 2600, 2610 was already held incredibly well yesterday when Bitcoin was pushing against resistance and wasn't that strong, to be fair. I mean, if you take a look at Bitcoin right here, you can see we pushed down into the main support level at 107,000, but the reactions there were not that great. And when I was looking at it yesterday afternoon, when we actually had those reactions, I actually thought there was a chance we would break down lower. But with Ethereum, I never had that idea. And even though the volume was relatively low, apart from one spike yesterday afternoon when the US market opened, we held the support level, not only the breakout out of the range, out of the value area at 2610, but also the 7-day rolling VWAP incredibly well. And then, like I said, during the Asian session this morning, we pushed up higher. In general, the Asian session has been pretty good for Ethereum. You can see right here that it's very small, but just trust my words. You can see that the Asian session by far has been the best session for Ethereum. Thursday has been the best day for Ethereum as well. So ultimately, and then technically, like I said, we have broken above a massive resistance level for the first time. So even though I think caution is still a good thing, given the fact that the open interest, aka the leverage for Ethereum, has gone up an incredible amount right here. Even though that's the case, I have to say that I'm bullish on further bullish continuation for Ethereum. Now, that was always my expectation, right? I always told you in my videos on Ethereum that, you know, unless we get some super bearish fundamental news, which we haven't had. I mean, last week, Friday, we had something close to it, but that ultimately was caught up relatively well as well. I always told you, I think it's most likely eventually we're getting into 2800 and 2850. Now, there we do run into a bit of a problem. Right, and that is that 2800 and 2850, as you can see right here as well, is an incredibly strong high time frame resistance level. It's this area, right? So you can see it right here. It's respected almost every time, unless we have some massive momentum, right? And then you have to ask the question, all right, well, do we have massive momentum right now to push through it? And even though I'd say if you look at the 4-hour time frame, yes, there's a lot of reasons to be bullish on Ethereum. And something I haven't said in this video yet, the Ethereum ecosystem is also quite strong, right? If you take a look at something like EtherFi, if you take a look at something like Lido DAO, if you take a look at something like Eigenlayer, it's all doing great, right? So those are all confirmations to be positive about ETH and be positive about the potential. But then, you know, when we're talking about trading Ethereum right now, we still have some imbalances left to the downsides. The 4-hour trend band is right here at 2600. Yes, we've broken above the yearly rolling VWAP, but only on the 4-hour time frame with good volume though. So I'd say a positive bias and expecting a further continuation is definitely the most likely scenario and the best thing to do for Ethereum. But would I buy Ethereum right now? No, the reward is just relatively capped. And even though, like I said, we had a high volume break above the yearly rolling VWAP, I don't see enough indication yet to suspect that we're going to get a super high momentum, super high volume move above 2850, which historically has always been the main thing we had. to break above that. So I would say short term, yes. Do we remain strong here? Yes. Can we get into 2800, 2850? Yes. However, more than that, I cannot promise. And I think you should be ready for somewhat of a pullback like this as well today or tomorrow before getting that move into 2850. So those are my, and then I'll be back with a new update, of course, depending on how we react to 2850, talking about, all right, well, was this the top? Or can we break out of that later? But that is to be continued. For now, I think this is what you need to know. Hopefully it helps. Those are my thoughts. I want to wish you all a great Thursday. Take care and bye.